You know what?
Smile. I'll see you.
This is crap.
You gotta catch me first.
I'll give a piece of advice for you. Don't bother running. You'll only die tired.
You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Wild Child Tattoo in Merrick, Long Island, going out around the world, from Columbus, Ohio, give it up for Ron E. Polo.
What up? We're here. Let's make it happen.
Polo posing for posters. I'ma show out at shows. I come in with a sweater and I come out with no clothes, and it won't change. Ay, a skinny tatted. I'm not your average young skinny tatted. Tipping the strippers, they be riding the pole. She come in with a skirt and they come out of her clothes to make change. Ay, a skinny tatted. I'm not your average young skinny tatted. I'm addicted to hustle. I've invested in clout, and I'm awake at all hours. Who can rest in the drought? I took a bath in the shower with a couple of teasers. They reciting my ink, a couple retool achievers. Got me feeling like Bieber while I'm reading my tweeter. It's working for free, and I'm not working with neither. Got producers with heaters and a couple of features. If you ask for my number, I'ma send you to my beepers. Ladies wanna see Peter, I'ma show them a hook. I'm your substitute teacher, put my music in books. When they hear I'm a rapper, people ask me to rap. When they ask about my fashion, man, I got fashionable tats. I got a Brutus, a Pac-Man, a show in 20 on back. You never seen that before, I bet a Bentley on that. People say that you made it, but it feel like you haven't. You can call me your rapper, or a that's tatted. People say that you made it, but it feel like you haven't. You can call me your rapper, or a that's tatted. Sure, I'm telling you, I don't even take pictures with my shirt on no more. Team Spartan. Polo posing for posters. I'ma show out at shows. I come in with a sweater and I come out with no clothes, and it won't change. Ay, a skinny tatted. I'm not your average young skinny tatted. Tipping the strippers, they be riding the pole. She come in with a skirt and they come out of her clothes to make change. Ay, a skinny tatted. I'm not your average young skinny tatted.
All right, Frankie D from The Real Radio Show is here with
Brian Welch. How y'all doing?
I tell you, first of all, I'm really honored to be here with Brian, to be here right now with you.
Me too, man. That means a lot. I know you've had some heavy hitters in your interviewing job, so I'm honored to be. Look at this guy's notes. Like, this is 2013. You need to get an iPad. You look professional. You're like in your iPad going like that, scrolling up. But you got this old-looking notepad.
That's it. I mean, you know, what? Some wise asses. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's talk about you guys came together. KoRn came together and reached out to you. How did this get together come to play?
Well, I already met all the guys. I met Fieldy when we were in 8th grade. I met Jonathan, actually. He went to my school in like 4th, 5th grade, 6th grade.
Wow. And
then I met Monkey at my high school in 9th grade. And so we hung out, you know, here and there. Not really with Jonathan. He looked like, if you imagine Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, like as a kid, like 10 years old, walking around. Like, he was kind of nerdy like that.
So he was a nerdy dude.
Yeah. And I wasn't the cool guy either.
You were a nerd also?
I was in the middle. I was like, okay, you know Wonder Years?
Yeah.
I was like Kevin, and John was like Paul. So yeah, I was kind of like, I wasn't cool, but I was in the middle.
But Jonathan Davis was a nerd at one time.
Yes, he was. And he just was he was a geek. He was like He was like one of those band geeks, and I don't know. He'll tell you the same thing. So, but he'll be like, "Look at me now, bitches."
Now, you guys been together for a very long time, and then you disbanded. You left the group for your own personal reasons. But to me, that's water underneath the bridge. You guys are back together. How was it coming back to the band? Because you went through your trials and tribulations and you found Christ, which I think is freaking amazing. A rock star that I admire, that found God, me being a Christian. And how did that happen? That's pretty wild.
Oh, wow. You know what the cool thing is Christ found me. And so I was about ready to kill myself with just, the whole KoRn stuff. It was just like tour, new album, tour some more, make a bunch of money, go home quickly, buy a house, buy a car, and then hit the road. You park your car in the garage. You don't really get to experience all that, the glamour and everything. It's just that you're always on the move, And so, mixed with drugs and alcohol all those years, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. And so that's where I got to that place where I was just like, I'm miserable. I'm going to die if I don't do something. And, I tried everything. I tried to go to the top doctors in Hollywood. I tried to quit on my own. I did all this stuff. But when I went to church, I was like, I was just like, I'm going to try it. And I got up there, and the dude was preaching about Jesus being real. And if you talk to him, all this stuff in your life will start to melt away, and you'll become a new person. So I was like, I'm going to try it. If he's a cult leader and just trying to get my money, then I'll go. Then I'd rather go pay a doctor, And so I tried it. I went home, and I just prayed. And all of a sudden, I had an encounter with God where I felt the Spirit come in, and I was totally satisfied. Like that. I tried the money, the fame, the women, the drugs, the alcohol, everything. And I was empty still all those years, but Jesus came in and satisfied me. So I changed my whole life around. I left KoRn, and water under the bridge, like you said. We're back together after 8 years. I did my own thing, did the solo stuff that I hear.
Love and Death. First of all, Love and Death is pretty wild, and I was a big fan of that song Paralyzed. That's the first song that I heard from your solo stuff. And where was your head at when you wrote that song Paralyzed?
Oh, I was really going through it, man. In 2009, I went through a lot of stuff where IRS came after me for stupid stuff, like out of the blue. I had to give up my Beamer, and I had 22-inch rims. Come on, guys. We love our cars.
At least leave the rim so I could use them as a coffee table or something.
Crazy IRS. But anyway, yeah, I went through a bunch of trials like that. I went through emotional trials. I went through things like trying to start up the solo band and everything coming against me, playing shows, not really people caring, not people wanting to put money behind us. And, I'm just used to the easy road. So I was just going through that road of breaking, and Paralyzed is about, like, just being in that dark place where you're just like, you're sinking into a pit of despair and just like total discouragement, and it's just like, I'm paralyzed. I need you now. Pull me up out of this pit, So,
wow, that's pretty deep, man. That's really deep. And I gotta say, you had also 3 different types of books, and to me, I think there are self-help books. Is that correct to say that?
I mean, it's just they're real. I tell my story, and people read that. There's power in a story of someone's life overcoming something, because when you read it, it's like it speaks to, like, the person's reading my story, and they're reading the pages and they're flipping it, and they're just going, man, if he could do it, I could do it. So it's my whole hope is that God becomes real to people, because screw all this religious stuff that makes you, that all these years saying, like, God hates metal and it's the devil's music and all that, like, that junk's over, and God is totally invading the metal world and lifting people up, like, and like, Dave Mustaine, Alice Cooper, me, Fieldy and KoRn. There's some other, like, many other bands.
So there's a couple other guys that got touched by God and KoRn, huh? Really?
Yeah, man, and I love it because I'm not the only weirdo now, the Jesus weirdo. It's like all these other guys are doing it, and so it's just.
So who in KoRn was saved?
Fieldy's a Christian, and the thing is, man, it's like God comes and sticks a needle in your DNA and pumps Christ in there, and you get higher than any drug you've ever tried. And so you don't need anything else because you're high on this spiritual life, and he's doing that, and he's shutting up the religious people that are saying, that people like us are bad, and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Brian, I want to talk about bullying because it's been happening a lot now. Kids are committing suicide, and they have nobody to go to, and they're being bullied, and they're feeling this pain. You being a rock star and you being saved, what can you say to these kids out there so they don't take the dark path that you almost took?
Yeah, I would just say to them, I went through the same thing. I got bullied, and I used to have all these fantasies about, hurt myself, or actually, I had fantasies about just like taking a knife and just finding the bully and like stabbing him and all this stuff, like crazy stuff. But what I would say to all you kids out there, it gets better. You just got to hang on 2 years even late, like past that pain that you're experiencing. If you have it right now, if you wait 2 years, your whole life will look different. You know what I mean? And so if you just wait it out, things change. And the feelings that you're feeling inside, they evolve, and you don't stay in that place. You just have to wait it out, be patient, and don't give up.
All right, next week we're going to continue with part 2 of this interview with Brian Welch of KoRn and Love and Death. So you really want to check this out. All right, we'll be right back.
The Real Radio Show with Frankie D on AM 970 The Answer.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister and The Real Radio Show. Check out the new track, Chains, from the band Traffic Moving Well, now on iTunes.
guys, it's Frankie D.
And Mark Mendoza.
And Chrissy the Car Girl.
And we are here to tell you about iLuminate from America's Got Talent. Hit it.
iLuminate wowed the nation on America's Got Talent. Now iLuminate is coming to New York with Artist of Light, an electrifying story told through music, dance, and technology. For tickets, visit telecharge.com today.
Hey, this is Mark Mendoza from The Real Radio Show and, of course, Twisted Sister. And I'm talking about encrypted hydrographics. It's where you can let your mind go wild and make your ideas come to life. Hydrographics is a method of applying printed designs to three-dimensional objects using water transfer. And you can see it all. EncryptedHydrographics.com or call 516-333-5625.
Listen to The Real Radio Show on the go on your mobile phone on AM 970 The Answer, streaming on iHeartRadio. All right, when you're looking for a tattoo, trust a real tattoo artist. Check out the master tattoo artists of WildChildTattoo.com. They have everything from body piercing, tattooing, and so much more. And actually, a lot of rock stars go to Wild Child Tattoo. That's right. I'm going to go see my man D down there. Billy is great. I mean, they're great artists. Check out wildchildtattoo.com. There's one in Merrick. There's one in Florida. So for more information, again, go to wildchildtattoo.com. Trust the real professional. The master tattoo artist of wildchildtattoo.com.
We are online.
Now on the internet.
The World Wide Web.
Okay, what's the address?
Check us out by going to
TheRealRadioShow.com 970
and iHeartRadio. All right, coming up next, D Bliss. and MAZARIN, and so much more right here on The Real Radio Show.